In this Blogger tutorial for beginners, I'm going to teach you how to create your first professional blog, publish your first post, and begin creating an audience which you can monetize. This tutorial is designed to help you save time and remove guesswork and basically fast track your Blogger success. So to begin, we want to head over to the Blogger website, which is blogger.com. And once we've gone here, there's a button in the middle that says create your blog. Go ahead and click on that. So once you click on it, it's going to prompt you to sign in with Google. This is because Blogger is a Google product. So just sign in with your Google account. And if you don't already have one, then just go ahead and create one. Now, the first thing I would recommend doing once you have your Blogger account set up is setting up your theme. So to do that, we want to go over to the left-hand side and click on theme. Here you're going to see a range of different themes that you can go ahead and use, and a theme is basically the layout for your blog. Now you can see here they have a ton of pre-made themes, and if there's any that you like, you can go ahead and select them. But when you scroll down, you'll also notice that you can see a section here that says more of these, so you can go ahead and look at more of ones in that type. So let's say we want to go ahead and we want to pick one of these. Just find the one that you like the most. I'm going to make this one. Let's say I'm having a travel blog. I'm going to pick this one here. Now what we can do here is we can customize it, and customizing it is going to allow us to change some of the elements about it. So first of all, here we have our image. This is the background image, and we can either change image or remove it. If we click on change image, we can go through the image selection here. They have some pre-made ones that look pretty good. You can scroll through, there's so many categories, or you can press the upload image button and upload your own image that you might have. I'm just going to go ahead and look through here until I find one that I think looks good. Let's just try this one here and see how it looks. Actually, I'm not a fan of that. You can see it clashes a little bit. So I'm actually going to change it to something a little bit more simple. Maybe we can go with this. There's so many to choose from. Maybe we'll go with nature because it is a travel blog. Maybe we'll go with this, or maybe this one. Looks pretty good. And there we go. So here you can see the main color theme. This is going to be the main themes or the main colors that your theme is going to be in. You can go ahead and select this here. And if you reset it, it's just going to go ahead and change it back to normal. So do that if you want to start over. But here we go. I've got this here. And we can continue adjusting the layout. So we can change things like our width. So this is how wide it's going to be on the page. You can see this is way too wide. This one is decent. And you've got to remember that this is going to change based upon different computers and desktop sizes, that kind of thing. Next up, we have our layout. So here you can see all the different types of layout that they have available. This is the body layout. So click through these and you can just see which one you like. You know, some of them have bars on the right, some of them have bars on the left, everywhere. This is going to be the body text of your actual blog itself. So just pick one. You can stick with the simple ones if you want to, or you can go through them. And they've also got options here for changing the footer layout. Again, this really goes down to what you like the look of, but you can see this is where the different elements are going to be in. So this is how it's going to be laid out. But you can go ahead and now go over to the advanced tab, and we can look at some more things like the fonts. So we can go over here and we can change the font to which one we like. There's a lot to choose from, but obviously you want to keep them congruent, so you don't want to have too many different fonts. So just go through. Let's say I like this one here, and we can see the fonts here have been changed to this, just like that. We can also go on to things like the backgrounds. We can change the colors, we can change the links, and the blog titles. So again, we can go and change that to the font that we've just picked. I believe it's down here somewhere. Well, let's just try this for now. And you can change stuff like the size of it. You can add it bold, italic. You really got so many options here to choose from. So you can spend a lot of time customizing the general look of it. Once you're happy, you can go ahead and press save. Press got it, and that's going to save the general layout or theme of your blog. We can now go back over here, and if we go to the layout section here, we can now change some of the gadgets that we have on our blog. So we can see all the different gadgets we have available, and at first you can see this is the navbar gadget, so we can edit this, we can change the way it looks. We've got the header gadget, so we can edit this, we can change some things about that. we can add titles, so we can say my travel blog. We can change descriptions, we can add images with image URLs. I'm going to press save there. And then we can add a gadget here. So a gadget is essentially like an element, and you can add these to different parts of the website. And this is on the theme or the layout that we just decided in the theme, if you remember. So I'm going to go ahead and add a gadget here, and I'm just going to show you the different things that we have. So we've got AdSense. This is how you're going to monetize it, or one of the best ways to monetize it. I'll show you this later. We've got featured post, we've got a search bar, we've got some HTML or JavaScript, we've got profile, blog, page header, followers, image, labels, pages, link list, text, popular post. There's a ridiculous amount of different things here that you can go ahead and choose from. It really depends how you want to set up your website. I'm just going to put pages here, and I'm going to say our travel blogs, for example, and I'm going to save that there. But what you can do is you can go through all of these different columns, and you can add all of these gadgets in here. You can see that we have some AdSense ones in here, and I'll show you how to link this all up later. But you want to add all your gadgets in here just to kind of fill out what the site is looking like a little bit. Maybe we can add an image here. We can add different things here. This is the footer. Once we're happy, we can go ahead and press save, and we can even, once it's saved, go ahead and preview it. So wait till this is done, and we can now go ahead, click preview. This is going to take us to the preview page, and it will just show us what our site is going to be looking like. Obviously right now we don't have any blogs, we don't have any posts yet, so nothing's going to pop up, but this is going to be the general layout of the blog overall. So there's a lot of customization you can do here. You can really spend a lot of time on it, but I'll allow you to do that because it really depends on your niche and what kind of feel you're looking for. But again, you can use the theme designer and use some of their pre-made templates if you aren't too sure, as they can be pretty good looking. So let's talk about creating pages now. What we can do is we can actually create pages. There's lots of different types of pages that we can create. And to do this, we have the pages section here. This is where your pages are going to be. But you're going to want to go over to the left, click on new page here. And this is going to go ahead and create a new page. At first, I would recommend having a few static pages, just a few base pages. The first one I'd recommend having is an About Us page. So About Us, we can write that in there, and we can basically write our text in here for the About Us page. You can use ChatGPT to do it, or you can write it yourself. So, hello, welcome to our travel blog. This blog is going to cover XYZ. We have been around for 5 years. We have X employees. Our ethos is XYZ. Just write information about you. Be as detailed as you can, really. Your mission, how long you've been around, how many team members you have. Be really transparent, just so you can make a connection with your audience essentially. In here we have our editor, so we can change things like our font type. We can change it, all of these different ones. We can also change things like the size, so I can make it bigger here. We can change what kind of text it is. So is it a heading? Is it a subheading? Is it a paragraph? These will all basically change the size of it, that kind of thing. And you've got all the basic editing things like bold, italic, underline, strike through, text color, so we can change that. You have your highlight. You can add a link in here. You can add images. So if we wanted to go ahead and add an image, we could go ahead and do that. We can even add video, special characters. So these are the emojis. And then we can change stuff like the alignment, we can add some indents, and we can add quotations, that kind of thing. Now on the right here, you're going to notice some page settings. You can change if readers can comment, that kind of thing. But this is going to be the first page I'd recommend creating, is an About Us page. Once we're ready to go, we can preview it, and if we're happy with the way it looks, we can go ahead and we can publish it. Now you've got a few options here, so you can save it and then you can press publish, and I've confirmed the publish, and now we have our About Us page here on our Blogger. So that's ready to go. It's great, we've set that up for now. Alright, so the next page that we should add is going to be the Contact Us page. In the same way that we just created a page, we're going to click New Page, and here we're just going to call it Contact Us. This is going to be very important for many reasons, and I'll explain that in a second. I'm going to remove this. So Contact Us here, we can put this in the center, and here we want to go ahead and just add some details. So, the address, phone number, email, all of the options that you have available to contact you. There's a few reasons you might want to do this. The first one is obviously if you have any inquiries from customers or people viewing your blog, they can go ahead and message you on one of these. But another really crucial thing is that if sponsors or companies want to sponsor your blog or pay you to put their product on there, they need some way to contact you. So this is a really crucial way for actually getting monetization. So go ahead and just add this, Contact Us here, and you can go ahead and then publish this. Obviously you'll spend a bit more time on it, make it look good, but that's the Contact Us page made now. A few other pages you might want to create are the privacy policy. This is important if you are collecting emails and customer information. You can also go ahead and create some disclaimers and some terms and conditions too, just so that you are on the right side of the customer and you don't face any issues in the future essentially. But I'll let you go ahead and create all of those whenever you want to. And if you want to go ahead and delete any pages, you can just press the delete button here, that'll move to trash. And you can also press this if you want to preview it, and you can also click this to revert to draft. So those are your main options you've got right now. Reverting to draft is going to basically hide it from your page and it won't be public anymore for people to view. Okay, so now is time for the part you're waiting for, which is creating your blog posts. And to do this, we want to go to the top here where it says posts, and we're going to be able to now create a post here. So we can click on the new post button, and this is going to open up the post editor. It's very similar to the page editor in terms of its layout, but you can go ahead and customize a few more things about it, which I'll explain. But first of all, let's have a title, put top 5 hotels in Japan, for example. And we could write our whole blog here about the top 5 hotels in Japan. Obviously you want to put a bit more effort in than I am, but I'm showing you the basics of it all and how it works. You can change your font, you can change the sizing, put all your information in here, whatever you want to. Here is our recommendations. Oops. You can put all your information in there, write whatever blog you have. You can add photos, as I've said, go crazy with it, spend as much time as you want on it. Now, here we're going to see a few different options. First of all, we have labels. This is where you can label posts, so we could put like top 5 if it's going to be part of the top 5. And this will allow us to resort back to it or revert back to it in future. So say we're trying to find all of the topics that are top 5s, we can just search that and we'll be able to find this one. We have the published on date. So this is going to be great if you want to release it in the future. Let's say you have a daily blog or a weekly blog, but you write them in advance. You can actually go here and select the date and time that you're going to go ahead and post it on. Now, I believe this is going to be on the current time zone that you're on, so just make sure you are aware of that, because if your viewers are in a different country, they might get it at a weird time. But you can go ahead, select the date you want it on and the time, and that's going to go ahead and publish it on that date and time. We have our permalink here, which is going to be the link of the blog, but you can also go here and create a custom link. So you can just basically shorten it, just if you want a custom link for it. But if you want to do automatic, it's the same thing. It doesn't really make much difference. We've got the location here, so this is the location the blog was from. And then we have our options down here again, such as our sharing options, what can readers comment, that kind of thing here. So those are some good bits that you might want to pay attention to. Now, once we're happy, we're going to go ahead just as we would normally, and we're going to go ahead and publish it. I'm just going to change it so it's automatic. We're going to go ahead and publish it, and that's going to be ready on our blog, and we can actually go ahead now and view it just like this. And we can see our blog is now ready to go ahead and view. Now, I want to briefly explain to you a bit more about how you can do some SEO for your blog. SEO is very crucial when having a blog. It will mean how likely you are to rank on Google when someone searches your thing. And there's a few ways that we can do this. I have one tool in particular that I love to use for SEO, and it's called Keywords Everywhere. And I'll give you a quick demo of how it actually works. So Keywords Everywhere is an extension, and you can see it's up here. If I activate it, it's going to give me some keyword data about what I'm searching. So let's say we want to make a blog about the top 5 hotels in Japan. Let's first of all see if it's a relevant topic. So we can type in top 5 hotels in Japan. And when we hit enter, what it's going to do is it's going to give us the data for this search term. So we can see this search term here is actually getting 20 views per month, which is not great. So let's try something else instead, best hotels in Japan. And we can see this is getting 10,000 searches per month, so it's getting way more. But we could even say something like best hotels in Tokyo. And we can see this is getting 60,000 searches a month. So as you can see, this is going to be a way better keyword to make a topic for or make a post for, because it's getting a lot more search volume. What you can also do here, if you click on it, is you can see down here the other sort of search terms related to it, and you can see how much search traffic they're getting, as well as the average cost per click and the competition of it. So you can see affordable hotels in Tokyo. This is getting 33,000 searches per month. Best area to stay in Tokyo, 18,000. So you can see these are actually very good topics you can go ahead and try out. And what you'll see is the competition on these is actually relatively low. So these are some cool topics you might want to make a blog about. We can also go down here on keywords everywhere, and we can look at some of the other metrics about it. So it gives us the SEO difficulty, the off-page difficulty, the on-page difficulty, and it will give us a detailed breakdown here. You can see this is the searches till now. So this is getting 80,000 searches per month right now. It's obviously a very popular topic, but you're also going to see what people have searched for as well. So you can see all of these different search terms that you might want to go ahead and include in your blog. We also here have the topical keywords. So this is the keywords that are related to that. And you have your SERP keywords too, which you can go ahead and use. And then we have related keywords. So these are all keywords we want to include in our blog. You've got long tail keywords, and it's really great. So what I would recommend doing is grabbing, this here, so we can copy these. I'll copy to clipboard, and then we can get ChatGPT or something like that to incorporate these keywords into our description or our blog. But what you might want to do is when you're writing it is just try to include some of these, these keywords, as these are going to help you to rank. And the more you have, and the more you have in context, the better you're going to do. You can see the competition on here, and so much data about it. I'm able to see how many search results it's getting, so I can see stuff like its authority, the backlinks. I can see all of this data here that's very, very important for ranking, as well as things like competition. But this tool here has so many different features available. You can check what keywords a website is ranking for. You can bulk analyze keywords. You can check trends. There's so many different tools available on it, and I use it pretty much every single day. So I'd highly recommend it if you are going to be taking blogging seriously. And I'll just leave a link down below to Keywords Everywhere, because it's a really great tool for basically ranking and SEO. So now that we're back onto our blog, we've created our posts, we've done some great SEO on it, we should now be ready to start monetizing it. Now down the line, you're going to keep growing and growing and growing if you're consistent. And when you grow and get more views, you'll want to monetize it. There's a few ways you can do this. Obviously, you've got sponsorships, you've got affiliates, you've got your own products. But one of the best ways and one of the easiest ways is doing it with Google AdSense. So you can click on the earnings tab here, and you can create a Google AdSense account. And this is going to allow you to put ads directly from Google onto your blog. It's an amazing way to sort of self-serve the ads. It doesn't require you to kind of do any back and forth. And you can just connect it up so simply. It's one of the best ways to sort of monetize your blog. So go ahead, click on the Create AdSense account, link it all up. It's a very, very simple process. And then you should be good to go earning, and they'll tell you if there's any issues with it. And if you do encounter any issues, you can just let me know down below and I'll help you out with that. But now that we've gone ahead and looked at how to monetize it, we can go through some of the other settings here. So if you go on the settings, you're going to have stuff like your titles, you're going to have your Google Analytics. This is a bit more of an advanced feature, but Google Analytics will allow you to measure how your blog is ranking, the amount of time people are spending on pages, how far they're going down it. This is some more in-depth stuff which you can definitely look at further down the line, and it does not hurt to have data. So you might want to go ahead and set up your Google Analytics account, and if you'd like me to make an in-depth video about how to do that for Blogger, let me know and I will go ahead and do that. Down here we have our privacy and stuff like that, and then here we have our custom domain. So we can go ahead and add a custom domain. We can buy a domain from many different places. You know, you've got GoDaddy, Namecheap, Bluehost. There's so many different ones available. It really depends what your needs are. For me personally, I'm a big fan of GoDaddy. I've also used Namecheap in the past, so go ahead and pick one that you like. And the process of setting up a domain, especially with Blogger, is very simple. So you just put your domain in there, the one that you've purchased. And then if you use a provider such as GoDaddy, they will generally have partner integrations that allow you to easily connect it up. It means that you don't have to do any kind of third-party DNS settings. You can just go ahead, link it up. They're very easy to do usually. So that's my recommendation. And I'll leave down below a few links to a few providers that you can go ahead and try. Now down here we have more things like your privacy, your permissions, your posts, comments, your emails, your formatting and time zones. You've got your meta tags, so this will allow people to search a description. You want to turn this on. You've got your redirects, you've got all of these different crawling pages, so we can go ahead and enable these. We've got our monetization, so we can enable that as well. And we have stuff like import contents, as if you've got another blog. There's just tons of settings here you can go ahead and look at, but they're a little bit niche depending on what you need. But now that we've gone ahead and set our blog up, we can go to the view blog section and we can see our completed blog here ready to go. But essentially that is a complete beginner's guide to setting up your first blog. I really hope this helped you to, set up the layouts, get your first posts going, and understand how to rank for keywords and set up monetization. If you'd like me to make a more advanced guide on this, going more in depth on any topics, please let me know and I will happily do that. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.